Every morning on my live stream, I share a daily affirmation to help you keep your trading anchored in God's truth. Because most of us believe in God, but still wrestle with doubt when life pushes back. So if you've never joined, I'd love to have you live so we can grow in faith together. But today's affirmation was all about believing without limits. Let's jump into the live stream now and unpack how this truth can move from just words to unshakable faith in your life. So the affirmation for today is, God is for me. Nothing can stand against me. I believe without limits, and my faith makes the impossible possible. What does it mean? Who can be against me? Who can stand against me? I want you to understand, it does not mean that people are not going to come up against you. It means they won't be able to stay standing. The reality is, if you believe the Word of God, you believe the Word of God is true, then therefore, whatever is standing against you will fall. It will bend its knee. You just have to believe that the impossible is possible more than your circumstances currently. If you believe that, man, I had a losing trade, I'm never going to get this. If you believe that, that's probably going to be your future. If you have a losing trade, but say, you know what, this sucks, but this isn't the end of my story. It's not going to stay this way. I'm going to persevere. I'm going to continue on. I believe the promises God has given me. I believe this is possible. If that's your belief, then nothing will be impossible for you. I remember, and I've shared this before, I go to these real estate seminars, I grab my pen and notepad, and I'm like, oh, give me the strategies. Tell me all the good stuff. Tell me the entry levels. Tell me the entry models. Tell me when I need to get in, when I need to get out. Tell me all the good stuff, because that's what matters. Because if I have the perfect strategy, if I have the perfect model, I'm gonna make so much money. And every time I would go to these events, guess the first thing they talk about? The first thing they would talk about is your mindset. And I would be like, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. What the heck is this? Why are we always talking about mindset? Just give me the good stuff. Let's skip all this. And then as I went deeper into my journey and commitment to excellence, it dawned on me. It doesn't matter what strategy you have. If your mindset is a lacking mentality, if your mindset is never enough mentality, it's not going to work for you. Why? And what do I mean by never enough? You might be saying, well, that's not me. Well, let me ask you this. When something doesn't work the first time, do you throw in the towel? If something doesn't work the first, second, or third time, do you give up and go find something new? That's a lacking mentality. That's a give up mentality. Do you think that the people that are teaching you these strategies, teaching you these models, teaching you how to read the market, figured out on day one? No. As they did it, things clicked, and then something else clicked, and then something else clicked, and it added, and it added, and it continued to add to this now what is, here's my model. Here's how I look at the market. Learn from me. Hey, it works for me, and it's true. But some person out of the blue coming in and taking that model isn't going to see profitability right away, because you have to make it your own. You got to see it yourself. You have to believe it yourself. You have to go through the fire yourself. When you see it fail, you got to answer the question, why did this fail this time? What do I need to do to make sure this doesn't happen again? Or was my mindset wrong? Or what, did I get in early? Was I impatient? Is this not the right conditions? You got to answer all of those questions. And as you go through that process, eventually you're going to get to the point where you'll have that success mentality, and it helps you persevere that drawdown period, that period where you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and now you make it to the other side because of your mentality, because of the way you think. This is how you see it through. You change the way you think. You have to believe. This is why I do these affirmations every day. Because if you can't believe this, if you can't believe the Word of God, you can't believe your Father who gives good things to His children, and you don't believe that, you need to go back to the source. You need to get your heart right. You need to get your relationship right with the Lord. You need to believe that He's a good Father. Believe that His promises are true. And then use that as your foundation to build off of. But if you're not going to do that, you can't do that, or you think God's not a good Father, that why did God do this? See, it always happens to me. It's like all these other Christians are doing great things, but then me, it just never works out. God's just mad at me. He's punishing me for this. That's not God. That's a lie from the enemy that you've chosen to believe. You have to change the way you think. And if there's anything that I want this channel, anything that I want this community to be about, if what separates me from other channels is simply that we believe in a God of the impossible, that's what I want it to be. Because if you have the belief and foundation in that, your journey is going to be way more successful than somebody else that's learning from, you name it, guru, day trader on YouTube. It doesn't matter. If you believe that nothing is impossible for those who believe, you trust in the Lord, you're going to see more progress than the person that doesn't. That's the separation between my channel and other people's channel that I want to make sure is loud and clear. Is that I believe in a God that does impossible things, that takes ordinary people in hard circumstances and uses them for his greatness, for his glory.